Oh, what's going on, everybody?
Welcome to episode 392 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined, as always, on occasion, and especially today, by my mainest man in Easton, Pennsylvania, who's staying hydrated with what looks to be bottled water, because he is a snob. Look at him, taking a swig. Me, I live on the wild side. I drink from the tap, and that's a source of controversy between Willie and I. A little bit of friction.
I heard there were some hot takes when I was gone.
There were some hot ones. What was the spiciest one, Willie?
Spiciest hot take while Kyle was gone? Well,
Nomad, something about no defense or something. If you play a sport,
oh yeah,
it was so bad
vintage.
that I put
is
it
right in his wheelhouse.
I put it in the takes. You know, I have that document of all the Nomads.
I forgot about that.
Remind our listeners what it is, Willie. This document.
Oh, so this is all the bad takes Nomad has, and I feel kind of cheap shottish talking about it while he's not here. But I also feel this is probably the most efficient way to go about it, because if we talked about his bad takes while he was here, he would just go off. He would just go off on a rant and try to come up with some kind of theory why refrigerators are warmer in Texas, inside of the refrigerator, and things of that nature. But, I mean, yeah, last show he tried to say that it should be a single-entry sport if you're not facing one another. Basically, it was what it came down to.
Oh, wow, we've got a situation going on here.
What was that?
You got a
sneak peek next week, or next Thursday's show.
Yeah,
they couldn't wait. When Deanna found out we were doing Alien Hour today, she's like, you know what? I made this. I'm gonna show it one way or the other, and I honestly respect it. Yeah. So we have a document. We have a document of all of Nomad's. We won't even call them bad takes. They're just takes. It's just vintage Nomad takery. And it's a part of the package that we are here for. We are here for the entirety of what it is to work with the Wrestling Nomad.
Yeah, I tried to, because Willie and him were really getting into it on Twitter about whatever he said about the single entry thing, and it was really, really hard to follow on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't watched the show, and I was just following along on Twitter, and that was really hard to follow. I was able to figure out Willie's bottled thing pretty easily.
The bottled water.
Yeah, he's a total snob. When we were at Fargo, he was like, "I'm gonna try Casey's Pizza. I'm gonna try it." And we went in there the first morning, and because I was all jazzed up,
yeah, because
I love their breakfast pizza.
Yeah,
and plenty of people have tweeted us and said how good it is. And Willie was like, "I'm gonna try it this year. I'm gonna try it." And then he gets in there, he's like, "I can't do it. I can't do it."
And then I saw it.
So then I keep pushing him, like, because all I wanted him to do was admit that he thought he was too good for it. And then he finally did. He's like, yeah, I am too good for Casey's Pizza.
There it is.
Terrible.
Hey, Midwest. As if Iowa didn't have enough reasons to hate Willie Saylor. Now he is basically clowning your top cuisine. Top gas station cuisine.
I wouldn't tell Texans to come to the Lehigh, to come to the East Coast and have barbecue. Okay, don't tell me to come to the Midwest and have pizza.
No one's like, they're not claiming it as like their claim to fame or something like that. It's good pizza while you're in town.
It's not good.
How do you know you've never had it?
I can see it.
He can see the not goodness.
Because
the ladies were back there. They were talking to us. You could see them making it right there. They're putting their all into it. Yeah.
The ladies look like
don't say Willie.
Like they look like they shouldn't be employed. Number one, they definitely do not have dental insurance.
What?
Well, she had 3 teeth and a wooden leg.
Man, you're a hateful person, Willie.
She was very nice.
Listen, all right, we got to move on. I'm actually upset. You shouldn't have said that, Willie. That's really mean. Clown on the dental insurance. You know, Bracky's sitting right next to us. You know, he's probably encountered some dental issues, some people close to him with dental issues. You know, it happens.
No, I'm just saying you don't take the advice. That's not a good source.
Got it.
Listen to her. Listen to that lady.
Wow. He is the big. What a coastal elite!
I know.
Jeez.
Hey, wait. Every once in a while, we have to just remind you of some of these bad Nomad takes because I have the doc. I have it pulled up here. I won't list. I won't say them all.
Remember?
But every once in a while,
The first one we ever got was the I don't trust refrigerators in Texas, and that just opened our eyes.
I'll tell you what. Yes, that was one of the first ones that we were like,
because it's not like the refrigerators kept outdoors.
There's something going wrong. There's something going on here with Nomad. Yeah, there's a lot of trust issues, okay? Within this list is he doesn't trust refrigerators in Texas. He doesn't trust drive-thrus.
He needs to see them make the food. I believe he said, I need to see them make the food. But
here's another trust one. He says, I hate doing laundry. It's the worst thing in the world to do laundry. But then we said Flo has a laundry service, and he says he's scared of Melissa. He doesn't trust. I don't know. He doesn't trust something.
Oh, yeah, he was too scared to ask for a bag.
They just give you a bag, and then you have a bag forever. It's a one-time interaction where you ask for a laundry bag. I got mine in 2016 and have not had to speak to Melissa about it since. But it's just a bridge too far from. Wait, hold on.
I don't remember some of these.
Well, hey, Willie, that reminds me. He lost his key card that one time, and he didn't get a new one for so long because he didn't want to tell Melissa that.
Yep.
Now I'm beginning to think I need to confront Melissa on what she may have done to Nomad.
I forgot that he thinks he has retractable ringworm.
Yes, we learned about that one when he helped me move in. So I have a hard time making fun of that because he was helping me out. But yes, he does think his ringworm is retractable. And it goes away in the sun, or it comes out in the sun.
Swears that his father and his uncle played tag with a .22 rifle.
Yeah, 22 tag. And when we were like, no, man, that's not possible. That would those can kill deer. Like it could kill a human being. He's like, tell my uncle then. I'm like, all right, I will.
Wants to repeal the Eighth Amendment, namely to allow torture.
That's right. He likes cruel and unusual punishment. That's the least surprising one. All right.
Yeah. Probably move on.
We should probably move on. Okay, quick Cadet Worlds update. I watched a few matches. I watched Robbie's loss in the semi. I watched Facundo's loss. There's something going on next door. I don't know if y'all heard that.
Construction is going on next door.
There's a construction site. Someone just dropped a very heavy beam next door. Sometimes there's jackhammering. It's really you get a lot of different stuff here at 979 Springdale. Okay. So Willie, I know you were up. Nomad was up, but he's on vacation. Happy vacation, Nomad.
I'm half delirious right now.
Yeah. This could be a good show.
I've been up since like 4 o'clock. Yeah. I've been up since like 4 o'clock yesterday. And we got a session coming up in a little bit. So I'm going to be up for a little longer.
Okay.
But I don't know. Nomad's been DMing me the whole freaking morning. He's bummed out about our performance. But, it's Worlds and it's tough. And we dropped a lot of matches that we dropped a lot of close ones. We let a couple guys off the hook. But it's not every year, We've been medaling as a team, third, second, first, the last couple years, and so. But if you don't get a couple matches to go your way, or you don't make things happen in a couple matches, you fall from third to fifth, and that's probably where we're going to be at.
Okay, so too bad. We have one in the semis. Yes.
Mark Anthony McGowan is in the semis, and then we have a bunch of other guys. We have 2 guys going for bronze, and that's Robbie and Steve-O, and then we have a couple guys hoping to get pulled back in.
Awesome. Okay, well, good luck to those guys. Be safe, Cadet Worlders, out there in Sofia, Bulgaria. Yanni Zane, Willie Roden here. Everyone is asking. What's up? What's going on? What's the latest? Well, they had arbitration yesterday, and it's going to be anywhere from a day to over a week. And we're just left to do nothing but wait and see. And I don't know what I don't know how it went or anything. No, there's no one that was, I mean, it was just lawyers that we don't know and a judge who we definitely don't know in there just kind of arguing each case. And really, we don't know anything else other than that. But when we know, you will know. As long as we're allowed to tell you. And then you'll know. If not, we'll try to sneak it to you. Okay. All right. Nothing else. There we go. Dake Ringer location. We don't know where it's going to be. I'm so sorry. I wish it were up to us. We don't pick the venue. We're waiting. When we know, you will know, as long as we're allowed to tell you. And if we're not, once again, we'll sneak the sneak clause. We will sneak this information out very covertly. Okay. Nothing else there. All right. We'll keep it moving. This show will be 24 minutes long, and that's fine. You know what? That's okay. They all have to be 90 minutes. That's fine. It's no issue. All right. Where should your coach be on August 5th? Nomad changed it from August 1st because August 1st is when the recruiting time starts, but it's also a dead period.
He was so mad about this.
I'm sure he was.
Because he's like, so we put it out there and everything, and then Sean Bourne hit us up, was like, hey, it's actually August 5th. And so I tell Nomad that, and he's like, what the heck? I talked to like 3 coaches in Fargo that confirmed August 1. And then I think that usually is the date, but the coaches convention is going on over top of that date this year, so I think maybe they agreed to move it back.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nomad then didn't go back and change the article or anything. Like I did like 3 hours later.
Oh wow. It was too soon. So he a couple in here. One, Steve-O Poulin, who on a Cadet World Teamer. He says Penn State. Willie, do you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I think I've been hammering the Steve-O Penn State. Not that like I'm rooting for him to go there, but it just Penn State has been. What's
his name, Kyle? Penn State blue?
Yeah, he is wearing blue.
Wow. Penn State blue. Your name is actually Penn State Willie. He lives in the state of Penn.
And on my birth certificate it says that.
Penn State Willie Sailor.
No, it just makes total sense, right? Because the two schools that are in play for Steve-O, or the two like layups that if you don't know anything about recruiting or anything, you only know the minimal amount, baseline amount, is the connection with Papalizio, obviously NC State, and one of the better schools in the Northeast, which is Penn State. So, and Penn State's been having trouble filling 125 recently. So, Penn State's a logical option. NC State's a logical option. NC State has about 4 killers at 125.
That's what
right
I was
now.
saying. They have so many already.
And Penn State has this massive opening. So, to me, it's a no-brainer. Penn State should be looking at Steve-O rather hard.
Steve-O is a rising junior?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't they need someone in the nowish range? That's kind of a
okay. Yeah, true, but I mean, there's no one there's no one pending. There's no one coming in, regardless. So,
well, my thought is, you would think Penn State will have this addressed with someone
before then,
making Steve-O's commitment sort of. Potentially. Now, I say unnecessary, but they've been running through 20. They've been having a hard time finding a long-term 25 solution.
Well, the thing that developed in between that was that Robbie had a kind of easy-ish time getting down to 121, and so he's sort of, he didn't grow as much as he thought he would. So he said,
really,
I'll probably. Robbie said, I'm gonna be at 25. I could be college 25 for a year or two, a couple years. So they could probably bridge that gap for a year or two with Robbie and then go to Steve-O.
Worst case scenario, he has to cut his hair.
Mm-hmm.
To make 25 that sophomore year. Yeah, I'm curious. Does Robbie want a red shirt, or will he be ready to go right away? I think he'll be ready to wrestle and compete at the level, but does he want to go right away?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
That is beneficial to Penn State.
Pretty much sounds that way. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to need to be. Victor Voinovich, sorry. Ohio State. Do we have agreement there, Willie Saylor?
Ohio State? No, absolutely not. That's what he put down, Ohio State?
Yeah. Wow. Here we go. This is a great radio.
Where should he be?
Where should he?
Or who should be there?
So Ohio State should not pursue Vic?
Well,
oh, here we go.
let me think this through. I mean, maybe that's a good one, but I don't. Ohio State got so much in the middle, don't they?
Well, what weight do you think Voinovich projects at?
I guess he's a 49. I see him more as a 57.
Well, they
I
could
don't
use
know.
him.
He's
Well, between he and Sasso, they could definitely, juggle. They definitely could use a 57, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, no, they not definitely. I mean, unless what's going on with Jaden Maddox. Ohio State needs nothing. I mean, it's good to maybe
right.
put something
Coach Ralph,
in there
Jaggers,
for Ohio
Ryan,
State.
Just take this one off.
No, I'm not saying just take this one off, but
Definitely no.
listen. The
in-state
leading
talent.
the leading contenders for Voinovich are Oklahoma State and Cornell. So I don't know. I don't see Voinovich going to Ohio State.
Okay. Patty Gallagher, Iowa. Do you see this as Iowa's biggest need?
No.
No. What's Iowa's biggest need?
It's like a luxury.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Gallagher. Even though he's a great fit.
I mean, that's the same. I mean, yeah. Voinovich to Ohio State, luxury. Gallagher.
That I don't agree with.
Okay.
I don't know what. There's nothing to me that I've seen from Jaden Maddox to think this guy is going to be a multi-All-American at the next level. I mean, the standard at Ohio State is not to have a guy that's a D1 wrestler there. It's to have a title contender and a high All-American. Right?
I don't know. I mean, Jaden Maddox was top 3 kid coming out of high school. He's only been there half a year. I mean, I don't think that Voinovich is like this high priority for Ohio State.
All right. Evidently not. Okay.
Jaden Maddox, 13-3 last year.
Lost to Austin Hiles, Jeremy Thomas, and Will Luan. Best win. Tough to say. Nothing terribly exciting. Not a bad redshirt year.
He could certainly be better. I mean, Voinovich could certainly be better than Maddox. I just don't think Tom Ryan has to be on Voinovich's doorstep the first day he's eligible. I just don't think it's that high of a priority.
Yeah, shouldn't they get a 25?
I don't know.
You don't know?
They have like a million. They have like a million of them.
They do? I don't feel that way.
Well, I mean, Malik's not going to grow out of 25 anytime soon.
Right. Well, I mean, these are juniors. This year's sophomore, junior, redshirt would align perfectly with Malik's graduation.
Sure. I don't know. I don't know what you're catching me off guard here about.
On the roster
junior
right now.
Move on.
Junior one. Move on for what? Junior 125-pound prospects. I don't know. I don't know that there's any. Like Ayala's probably.
Steve-O.
He's probably locked into Iowa. Steve-O might be good for Ohio State. Yeah. Yep.
There should be. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded seeing multiple. Like Ohio State would have been Steve-O and Penn State Steve-O, right? Michigan Facundo. I don't.
No. Iowa State needs to camp out at Facundo's house.
Yeah.
Because listen, for Penn State he's a luxury. For Iowa he's a luxury. Michigan, they could use him for sure. Keep one of the best prospects to come out of the state in a long time. Keep him in state, for sure. But for Iowa State, I mean, they have the money for him. they should have the money for him based upon their roster, and the Metcalf connection.
Yeah. Yeah. Where does he have Ohio State being? Or Iowa State? He does.
Ayala.
Okay. All right.
Look it, that's over with.
What, Iowa State for Facundo?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Ayala to Iowa State? Isn't he? Did you gut wrench him?
Yeah, he was the one I worked out with the most.
Wow.
Fargo champ too.
You did? I thought you
champ.
You got it Ayala and Rachi?
I only went with Rachi like 2 times, but I was with Ayala for like a
I think you
good
busted
45
up his
minutes.
ribs.
Well, now here's my question. I wanna go back and watch Ayala's Fargo. How many times did he get turned? If his parterre D was the difference there,
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of have a co-stop sign right now.
That feels good,
You
man.
should've-
It's got to feel real
should've
good.
My
practiced
first
with
stop
him.
sign as a coach
Wow, that is huge.
/ competitor.
Oh man! So Kyle Brackey won Fargo while you guys were gone. That was really awesome. Also, while you
Who
were
else?
gone, we won the Olympics in 2012.
That was pretty
That was
cool.
awesome.
That's
yeah.
really awesome.
Yeah.
We won the Olympics.
Maybe I should go away more often. We
Yeah.
win things.
Actually, we were gonna suggest that.
Okay,
Actually,
cool. I'm gonna tap into that unlimited paid time off.
yeah. Now's the time. Okay.
Where were you? James Madison or something? What's CAA?
Colonial Athletic Association. We are we entered into a big partnership with them, and for football and basketball and a few other sports, and they were having their media days in Baltimore, so I was there.
County or
for-
city?
Both. You know, we went
What?
into the county to get to the city, but then we spent most of our time in the city.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Not West Baltimore, unfortunately.
No,
Darn.
we weren't in the ritzy area of town.
West Baltimore is not rich.
Well,
Oh, you
wherever Nomad's from.
Oh yeah.
That's what I meant.
the county,
Yes.
as it were. Okay, well, yeah, you were definitely missed. We're also redshirt report. 25.
Wait, is there any more?
There's so many
There's
more.
a lot more.
I just feel like I don't know.
Let's talk about.
Well-
Where do you think Patty fits best?
I think he fits well at Iowa. I don't know if he's their biggest need or not. I mean, maybe he is. I don't know. What weight do you feel like he necessarily fits in as like a 65 or 74 or what?
I think it's a 65 for life.
For life. Well, in that case, I could see him being necessary because one, I don't know how long first of all, these guys are juniors, rising juniors. So really,
Yes. Hold on.
that's the
but
thing
hold
that
on.
people. Okay. What?
They're rising juniors, but I mean, just keep this in the back of your mind, whether it influences you or not. A lot of these guys are holdbacks. Like a lot of these guys are very well old for their age.
Very well
I mean,
old.
for their grade.
They're probably as old as they are. However old they are is their actual age. But yeah, but that
Old
doesn't
for
mean
their grade.
anything. I mean, sure, it maybe would speak to their physical maturity coming out, but
So then, why did you mention it?
it's an eligibility because it's an eligibility thing. It's like, okay, yeah, logjam because Nelson and Kennedy and Assad. Well, one, those guys are going to be like 74, 84 potentially. Two, Nelson Brands is going to be a freshman this year. Sophomore, junior, he'll be a junior. These guys will be nearly out of the lineup by the time Patty would be coming off redshirt.
Yeah, I
potentially.
know. No, Nelson would have 2, right?
Yeah.
Nelson would have 2. So I mean, the way things work anymore, nobody sits behind somebody for 2 years and then starts. It's like if
Sammy Brooks did.
if you're not Sammy Brooks sat for 2 years.
Or Alex Meyer, one of them.
Well, that's
Meyer sat for
okay.
2 years.
I mean,
Meyer definitely sat
That's
for
pretty-
2. Sammy sat for 1 at least.
yeah, that's rare nowadays. You don't see that much, right? I mean, you don't see guys sit on the bench for 2
Anthony
years. and come
Cassar
out
just
and
won
be an A.
nationals. He never started.
Well, he's still got. Well, you guys still have 7 years of eligibility left.
He's actually a freshman.
But you get my point. You know what I'm saying.
I guess, yeah. Okay. You keep this moving, or we'll move on. Where you want to go? Oklahoma State for Mastro?
Yeah, I don't want Mastro all day. The big one, Travis.
Yep, that's who he had.
Give me him all day. What else? Give me
Minnesota
some more.
for Carson Manville.
Carson Manville has the flesh-eating disease right now. He hasn't wrestled in a fortnight. He hasn't wrestled in a year.
This is a classic buy low situation. A lot of people are wary of flesh-eating diseases, but
Minnesota needs to be at Carson Manville's doorstep right now?
No. Not right now. August 5th.
August 5th. They've got like.
Oh, then August 5th, then yes. Sure.
That's all you got?
What do you think about Rutgers for Shane Van Ness?
Oh, all day.
Now, when you say
that's
all day, I don't understand what you mean. Do you mean like that's where you think he's going? That's where you think he should be? Like, I don't know why you don't think Minnesota should go after Carson Manville. Seems pretty smart.
Well, because, I mean, Carson's going to be a 74. They have a ton of them.
Who are their 74s?
I don't know. I just don't. They just recruited they just recruited like 7 of them in last class. Isaiah Salazar, they recruited a lot of them.
You don't think Carson Manville's a potential upgrade over that?
Sure, a lot of guys are upgrades over a lot of guys. But when you're giving people money, right? I mean, Salazar's from Colorado. He's not cheap. Okay. I don't know. I don't see Carson Manville as Minnesota's number one priority. You think Carson Manville's Minnesota's number one priority? What should be
Minnesota's number one priority?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but I don't see Carson Manville being that.
Nice. All right. Red Shirt Report 2020 for 125 pounds. Couple of good ones. This is no insane firepower here, but a couple guys I really like. Jacob Camacho being the top one. Replacing Sean Foss at 125 pounds for NC State. I think he's going to come in and do really well. I like him. I like Melendez. I like Thompson a lot. I'm curious for how he's going to do this coming year. I don't know what to make of Teskey. Like Pat McKee. Thoughts on the maybe the pecking order for the Red Shirt Report for 125, Willie?
I'm not too jazzed up about the guys. First of all, I was tinkering around with WrestleStat is doing some testing for fantasy wrestling, and what made me think of the Red Shirt Report. I was thinking about the Red Shirt Report then because we were drafting it. If you don't get one of the top 125s early, there ain't much to grab late. I don't feel like it's very deep. And I don't know. I guess there's two sides of that. Like, if it's not very deep, then some of these guys that are coming off red shirt
will do well.
Theoretically have a better shot because there's just nobody else there. However, other than Camacho, I was not very enthusiastic about any of the seasons last year.
That's how I feel. I think he's a clear leader of the 125 incoming class. You know, I think we'll have – who does 25 lose? You know, I think Mueller's going to be back.
He is.
Sebastian. Yeah, and when I say back, I mean like back at 125. I feel like that's their plan.
Yeah, that's what Spay and them caught up with Mueller. He said 25.
So you'll have Spencer, Mueller, Rivera, Arujau back for a really salty top 4. I think Glory's going to redshirt, so you lose him. Rayvon Foley's back. You lose Bresser.
Sean Russell's gone,
but replaced by McKee.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Those are 4 or 5 really, really good guys, and then you've got some depth. And it does drop off a little bit, but there's definitely a lot of talent there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that is like not every weight is that good through like their 4. where you've got.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that is 5 legit dudes. Spencer,
like
Mueller,
I passed
Pitch,
on Spencer.
Arujau. Willie, I was talking.
I mean, not passed on him.
Is my mic coming through? Spencer,
Every time.
Mueller,
It's like
Pitch, Arujau, and is there a 5th awesome guy in there? Or is it just a 4? Anyways, sorry. Go ahead.
I just, in the course of like drafting, I was just like, if you don't get one of those top guys, it was just like, is there upside here with any of them? Like I don't know, you could get like a Peyton Robb, which I would like be sort of excited about. Like maybe he could bust through, you know? I just don't think like, I don't know. I don't have that same like the Brayton Lees and the Peyton Robbs and the David Carrs. I don't feel that way about, say, like McKee and Thompson and even Camacho. You know, I really like Camacho, and I don't know if this is putting too much overthinking it, because I think he definitely had the best folk style year, but he didn't do great in Vegas.
I watched some of his. Like I thought he looked great. There may have been a match he lost. But he looked really good. I can't remember what that match was. It was a wild one. I can't remember who it was against or anything about it, but I just remember watching him being like, really, really like this kid. Kind of one of those. It may have been an impressive loss or something, and he may have ultimately won the match, but it was a good one. There's so many matches at Vegas. Tough to keep up with. But yeah, you could be right. It may not be like a 57 or a 49. I think it's going to be really deep with just talent. Maybe, whether it's all title contending or not, I don't know, but it's going to be good. Okay.
Let's see what Camacho got beat by Teskey 7-2.
I didn't watch that one.
Okay, Camacho beat Thompson 8-5 in round 1. Second round he lost to Teskey. And then he lost to I know this is the one you're thinking of probably. 11-10 he lost to Julian Tag.
Yes. That was a great match.
But he also was third in the scuffle bracket that Teskey didn't place in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Teskey's a bit interesting storyline to follow. I mean, especially would they have you heard anything about Maddie Parker?
Man, I have no clue what the situation is there.
Cool. Yeah,
I have no clue.
Guess we'll find out at some point. All right. Any other things you want to go over, Willie?
No. I'm just kind of getting over these Cadet Worlds, and then I'll be hitting the big boards. This is a good time of year to hit the big boards after Fargo. So that's what I'm getting into. See, all the college, when are you guys going to do rankings, like regular rankings? You're doing all the conference rankings.
Time is coming. I think I mean, it's July. Normally
we get earlier and earlier
every year. We'll do it in September, I'm sure, if not before. What's stopping us?
Is there everybody asks all the time, and we even put it in this. I put it in this doc a couple times, and we don't hit it because we mention it briefly like every show. But the Olympic red shirts,
yeah,
and is there like a? I mean, I'm sure it's not like posted publicly, is it anywhere? Like he has qualified for an Olympic red shirt, and he is taking it.
I feel like Ironman is like the only one that's he official. I'm doing it. This is happening.
Yeah.
Like with Dayton, it's like we think he's probably going to, and Yanni maybe is going to. Like Mark Hall is one that we've heard a lot, but it's hard for me to see that happening. I just don't understand. It necessarily for Mark and for Penn State, right?
When Kyle was that year, and then he came back in January.
Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't taking classes in the fall, right? And then he was so then you obviously have to take classes to wrestle.
You have to unenroll. Oh, Micic. I feel like the Michigan guys are like confirmed, right? Like Micic, maybe not. Amin, maybe they're not confirmed. Maybe not. Maybe not. Or Willie's the one that's been very adamant that that's happening. The Amins.
Yeah. Somebody told me that for sure. That he was for sure. Somebody told me he was for sure taking it, and everybody. I didn't get definitive answer on Yanni, but it seems like almost, from what guys tell me, it's like almost done deal that he is.
Did we talk about that on FRL? Why, or was that just yesterday at the office? Why? Oh, it was yesterday at the office. I don't understand the Yanni red shirt with the backdrop of like, I feel like Cornell's like really been eyeing this year.
Yeah,
right?
where were we? We were talking about it in the content meeting.
Yeah,
yesterday.
in the meeting. Which, I mean, obviously, if Yanni wants to do it, he can. He has that choice, I suppose. But I feel like for Cornell,
do they have the firepower to make like a run, like a podium run?
Oh, for sure. Vito, Chaz, Yanni,
yeah,
and then just the Dean Darmstadt. That's just like four, like top 3 potential guys, right? With one of them can win. Dean can win, right? He was in the finals last year. So there's, I think for sure. And then, I don't know what they'll get from. Is Ben Hannes back and at heavyweight? Ben Hannes, Green Ellis? He has a year. He was in the transfer portal.
He was in the portal, I thought. Yeah.
He's so big. Just go heavy. Ben Hannes, Green Ellis is in the portal.
Why was he in the portal?
I don't know. Belichick's giving him a workout. That's all we know. We'll see. They're going to put him in at H-back. I feel like he's enormous. Make him go heavyweight. Why would you not do that? You've never had an All-American at heavyweight. You've got a guy, he's literally an All-American. He's big enough to be heavyweight.
Who is their heavyweight this year?
I have no idea.
Is Jeremy Sweeney still involved? Jeremy Sweeney wrestled at the 2004 Flow Nationals for Vacaville. Who's their heavyweight? They recruited well at heavyweight the one year they brought in two like top 10 guys.
It's just one of those weird, they're not allowed to place at heavyweight. It's a rule.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't make the rules, but it is the rule. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know their weights either. I'm trying to sort their bio. I have to just sort them by height. I can sort Cornell by jersey because that doesn't exist.
It doesn't do anything.
Name,
I hate those
ABC
things.
order, class, how old they are, hometown. Well, I can sort by hometown, but not weight class. Cornell's got everything figured out. They can get all these dudes in. They're this prestigious Ivy League school. They got it going on, one of the best programs in the country. I can't sort your roster by weight.
Guys.
Come on. Get it together, Cornell. You have all this stuff going for you. Yanni, rattle some cages for us.
Oh, yeah. You know why? Because you're on 2018-19. You got to get on 2019-20.
Oh, so this is a recent update. I was in the beta.
Furman, Seth Janney.
It's a user error.
Oh, Furman, he's the one that hurt Dake. Well, him and Sweeney. It was a tag team situation. And then Seth Janney. What do we know about Seth?
Malvern
Seth
Prep.
Janney. Yep. Furman was a Kanamat kid.
There we go. So 25 Vito, 33 Chaz or Boffman, but Chaz. 41 Yanni, 49, I don't know, 57. I'm just hanging on with Stroker till I die. 65, they have Berryessa still, and Womack at 74. Then Dean Darmstadt,
Max.
and then is Hannes no longer on the roster? Wow. Thanks for the memories.
It's totally portaled out. What? Hey, does Vito qualify for Olympic?
I don't know. It may depend how he does at Junior Worlds.
I feel like he's qualified because of his cadet medal.
U20.
Yeah, like does any cadet medalist just get
I
one?
think they do.
I thought it had to be a cadet champ or a junior medalist or something like that. I can't recall.
I don't know. Remember, because we were kidding that Matt Ramos qualified.
Matt Ramos was qualified, but not like, I don't know, someone awesome. Okay. Let's get to some questions. We don't know the Olympic red shirts. It's unknowable. Is Gable going to?
Vito's qualified.
Vito's qualified.
Because he was a silver medalist in the 2016 Cadet World Championships.
I don't think Gable should. I think Gable should do the D1 season.
I think this is. I wouldn't be surprised if Vito redshirts, by the way.
Really?
Especially if Yanni is.
Yeah.
Gives him another year. Gives him a chance to just freestyle. They're not going to win a team title anyway without Yanni, so why not have another year where they do have Vito in the lineup?
Get Spencer out, or closer to out, rather.
Yep, true. And I also think that when Yanni comes back, I think Yanni's going to be a 49. And I think
that
Saunders
wouldn't surprise
is
me,
go
although on Askren's podcast he said he weighed 150.
Really?
Yeah. He said, so it's great. I encourage you to listen to it. I mean, Yanni's never done a bad interview. Very candid and interesting guy. But he said part of the reason he really didn't have a great NCAA season, it's all relative. He didn't lose. But
yeah, he was terrible.
It was a travesty. Yanni, get it together. But he said, but we were talking about it. He wasn't looking great. I foolishly, there was like a 1 to 2 week window where I picked Joey McKenna to win NCAAs. And then I kind of snapped out of it. But then I was almost retroactively right. But anyways, he didn't look. He said he got really big, just fat, just like not good weight after his knee surgery, and he was yo-yoing his weight a lot. And basically said that really hindered his performance for a while. And then after NCAAs, he got in really, really good shape, and he got his weight more under control. So he's like, I'm a 41 pounder, but my weight just got out of control. He's like, I wasn't doing it right, basically. So he's like, I'm a 41, but he didn't say I'm a 41 forever. He's like, I was a 41 last year. So I don't know what to make of that. I don't
know.
And also, here's one other thing. Like, he is 100% a 143 forever. Like, I feel like we've always thought that middleweight for 149 and then go down that middleweight makes a lot of sense. But ever since Zane took the year off, I've been thinking about that more and more. Like, how easy is it to come from like 149 down to 143 and a half? And maybe not easy, and maybe it's more ideal to be a 141 coming up than a 149 coming down, especially with day of weigh-ins. I think that's especially true.
This is random, but do you want to know when we debuted NCAA rankings last year?
Yes.
September 17th.
Ooh.
So we got to beat that.
We got to beat it. All right. We'll do it. We'll beat it. It's no problem.
I guarantee you we beat it.
We beat that by a week. Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know. What would you think if Yanni walked around at 155? Like, if Yanni had 155 of good weight, would you think that he would go 141?
Yeah, but my thing is,
because I think Yanni goes.
I think Yanni will do it. Will do it wherever the team needs him most. If it makes the most sense, I'm just trying to think of how like him moving up helps or hurts them. Right? Does it allow someone else really good to get into the lineup? What does it make happen? Or is it just like, I mean, he's going to win either way, right? So really it's like comfort level, what works best for international, and team construction, right? And if team construction doesn't matter and he's just going to be more comfortable and win it, then yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised to see him move up either. I think he definitely has the frame for it.
Yeah, the decision will probably, I don't know. You got Yapuzin at 49. This is who they'll have. They'll have Yanni, Yapuzin, and Saunders to occupy those two weights. Right? So is Yapuzin better is it better Yanni 41, Yapuzin 49, or is it better or Yanni Saunders or Saunders Yanni? Something like that.
Saunders sounds really good.
Saunders is kind of a long way off though, because he's taken OTC here. So
yeah.
high school year, OTC year.
They may only have 1 year overlapping potentially. It depends on the red shirt. Okay, so yeah, the Olympic red shirt situation very fluid. We don't really know. We'll know more. I assume teams will start releasing it in October or November. When practice starts and whatnot. Well, when they're not in school, then we'll really know for sure because they cannot be in school during that time.
It's a good thing you mentioned that because a lot of people ask that.
Yeah.
If they can be enrolled and like taking classes and stuff.
They cannot. They must forego all education. They're not even allowed to read. It's a weird bylaw. You can't read it
really
anymore.
Strict about it.
They're really strict, and they can find out. They have ways. No Kindles, nothing. Okay, questions from friends. Brock Desert at 3 count, no biscuit. Bracky, on a scale of 1 to no Iowa City duels, how much did it hurt you to miss FRL last week? And that is a great poll. Brock Desert is a definite long-time daily listener of FRL because we are as excited about the Iowa City duels as anything that happens in wrestling every year.
Yeah.
It's always on like a Thursday at like 10 a.m. We come into the office and we just sit and watch it. Just Iowa just destroying all these not D1 teams. And last year, for the first time ever, no Iowa City duels.
They didn't do it. They went to
Kent
State duels.
Kent.
Yeah, which was awesome. But at the same time, you know what? That kind of hurt. And it hurt Bracky deeply.
Though, I mean, it hurt our fellowship, right? We used to look forward to that every year and watch it all together. But the year
I feel like
before
you moving to Easton, Pennsylvania hurt the fellowship the most.
Yeah, that kind of made it a little bit harder.
Do you think? I mean, wasn't it the year before last that
Buffalo
they brought in
was
Buffalo?
involved.
Buffalo and North Dakota State. So they like graduated from Iowa City Central and someone else to actual D1 teams.
They actually wrestled Iowa City West one time. It was interesting. It was Nelson Brands wrestled. He did a great match.
I'd say it was like an 8 because Iowa City duels. That's like full on depression. We were in a bad place for a long time.
That was tough.
We did get a PD3 sighting at one of them. Remember?
Yeah, you tried to claim for the longest time that he beat Sammy Brooks.
Yes.
Who did he beat?
Not a starter.
Forget. Yeah, he didn't
Not
wrestle
a good
Sammy
guy?
Brooks. Yeah, Sammy
Is
didn't
Ducharme?
wrestle.
Is that a possibility? Was a Ducharme involved? I don't know.
He was CSUB.
Oh,
so
that's
no.
that guy.
Yeah.
That's that guy.
Yeah.
I forget who he beat. Anyhow.
I'm gonna try to look it up. You guys continue. It was an 8.
It was an 8, so it hurt. It hurt him, but not Iowa City pain. That's no Iowa City. Ben Darmstadt, Eric Bush, at Eric_Shrubbery. Ben Darmstadt, Hodge contender. Well, he already won it once, so can he go back to back? Is the question.
Pat Downey beat Chris Claprot.
Oh yeah, championship.
Basically, Sammy Brooks.
So also that was at 197. So Sammy Brooks is at 84.
Right. Yes, Ben Darmstadt is a Hodge contender, as he was as a freshman, and the year before that, His big competition will be Colin Moore at 197 and other good 197s, but he'll be ready.
How do you feel about that, Christian? I think 197 is a little crazy this year.
Totally crazy. I feel like Moore is like the one guy, and then it's like a bunch of nuts, right? It's gonna be a little wild. How do you see it?
I just feel, like we've been talking about 197 being kind of pedestrian for a few years. And now Moore's kind of the man. At one point, previously, Moore was kind of the man. I don't know how to take Kyle Cannell.
Yeah.
Both like, will he wrestle, and 2, what will he beat? I mean, the sample size of him being good was very small.
It was limited to basically one tournament.
That's right.
He needed a wild card, I believe, to be granted admission to the NC2A tournament.
Yeah.
He lost to, what was his name from Ohio?
I believe Aaron Naples.
Aaron Naples. Still not sure who that is or if that's a real name. He could have said any name in the world at that point. The guy's name could have been Pierre, and I said, checks out. I would have believed him.
No, it was Aaron Naples, 8-7. Aaron Naples is good at wrestling, so suck it.
All right. Aaron Naples is.
What I mean, he lost to a lot of bad kids.
Yeah,
that
no,
year.
That's just
not
the tip of the
It's not like-
iceberg.
Yeah.
He lost to Aaron Naples twice, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So Colin Moore loses to Kyle Connell twice.
Sam Schuler.
Schuler alert.
When the hell's an Aaron Naples doc coming out?
So yeah, we have no idea what Kyle Connell's going to be. What's the?
They weren't that bad. Corey Grigo,
Grigo's fine.
Christian Brunner,
Good.
Joe Ariola,
Not great.
Jackson Strigow,
Mm,
Sam Schuler, Aaron Naples twice, Scotty Boykin,
okay.
Jacob Holschlag,
Good.
Preston Waggle.
Good.
Yeah, and then the Aaron Naples loss. And then he went after that loss, he said, you know what? I'm just going to beat everybody except Mike Machiavello.
Yes. And that's what he did. Pinned Colin Moore, then he beat him. So yeah, Kyle Connell. And it's interesting. It's like, I think you skew a little higher upside the fact that he's going to Penn State, right? Like, he certainly will be closer to optimize it, but you just don't exactly know. And it's not like he has a style that is like, I mean, he like underhooks and like just ragdolls dudes. What's it gonna look like at Penn State? I don't know. I think he's a good pickup for them though. They're gonna need him. Any word on Rashid? Is he coming back?
Yeah, I think so. There's so many questions in that lineup. What are they doing at 25? Is Rashid coming back? I mean, Rashid. Was it Rashid and Kassar that both like made it public that they're coming back? Like they tweeted or Instagrammed something.
Kassar
that they were coming
did.
back?
For sure.
Definitely did.
Look up Shakur.
That's
pretty
why
sure-
I think Gable's wrestling. This is weird, but like when Gable found out Kassar was wrestling, he made like a public like thing on like Instagram, like a clap emoji or like thumbs up, like he was glad that Kassar was coming back. So he wouldn't be glad he was coming back if he was taking an Olympic, right?
Yeah.
Unless he was like, "Good, I'll miss him because I'm taking an Olympic." I think Gable
I
wants that
do
match.
think though, and it would save Penn State
Shaq is
a
back.
year. Yeah, I think it would save Penn State a year of a stud 97 if Cannell can go and they can keep Brooks.
Beard.
Beard in red shirt. But I do think that Beard's ready to go now. How ready? Like, I don't know if he wins a national title this year, but I think he's competitive with all those guys.
Yeah, he was someone I was really high on coming out, and then I kind of, was not as sure. But I haven't seen him much recently, but he's got a lot of talent. He could be a really, really good one. Now is he next Bo Nickel? I don't think so, but he could be really good. My name is Jeff. What are your guys' top 3 favorite FRL listener Twitter handle names? His are Sparky Boo Man, Mango Johnson, and Nomad's Fridge. And actually, right below Jeff's was one of my favorites. It's Eric at A Fan of Tacos. You just know where this guy stands. And I'm really surprised that A Fan of Tacos was available. So either Eric got on Twitter early to lock up A Fan of Tacos, which respect for that, or somehow that was available, A Fan of Tacos. So that's one of my favorites. I can't name a long list. Obviously, Sparky Boo Man, one of my personal favorites.
Brock Desert's great. 3 count no biscuit.
3 count no biscuit is great.
Is. I mean, now is this? Are we judging based on what their Twitter handle is? Are we judging based on FRL listeners that respond with good stuff?
No, this is just like a
their
funny
Twitter
name. You just
handle.
like laugh
Yeah.
at their name. Like there's a new one, Willie, called X-Piles instead of X-Files because of Kyle Bracke's Alien Hour. I really like that one. That's like the last couple days.
Well, we got a question from somebody today. Asian_boy0214.
That's not my favorite.
I don't know.
Maybe
that's
it's
What
up
is
there.
that?
All right.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't think.
I don't know.
Well, I don't. All right.
It's just funny.
Okay. Next question.
I like Eric. Eric Bush is Eric Shrubbery.
That is a good
I like
one.
that.
good
That's
one.
that's kind of witty.
I think
Wrestler Never Dies as a Cat fan is funny because I don't know if it's the one from the message boards or not. I think it's probably
not. It has to
not.
be.
Why? Because
it has to be.
That dude is a parody of himself on the Hawkeye Report. I could totally see a Hawkeye Report person saying, "I'm making a Wrestler Never Dies as a Cat fan Twitter handle just to be funny."
It is. It's too stupid. Like you can't replicate that stupidity. You can't do it.
Yeah. So it's the same guy.
Like his questions and how he poses.
Well, I think
questions.
it's actually a good question, even though it's a little kind of rude. Wrestler Never Dies as a Cat fan. Is JoJo Aragona closer to Ashnall or Scotty Winston? So Scotty Winston, if you don't remember, he was a mega recruit coming out of high school. The big question was him or Jason Welch coming out, like who's better, who's going to be the guy. These are like these awesome middleweight dudes. He was really jacked. 3-time state champion. Goodale was his coach in high school, and then got the Rutgers job, and then brought Winston on. Winston was like good every year, but never placed, never really. He kind of reminds me of, Willie might get mad at this, Chance Marsteller, in that Chance was winning a lot of his stuff. He was just overpowering dudes. And he was better. He was just more advanced. 4 times. He was awesome, right? But to a lesser degree, Scotty, he won a little bit with that stuff. And then it's not that he didn't work hard, I don't think. We all know Chance worked hard, right? But just like they just had some, they're physically capped out to an extent, right? So I think it was a little bit of that with Scotty.
Didn't Scotty have injury troubles too? He's like was always bandaged.
He was hurt, and then he went down to 157 after he was so big. I was like, wait, down? Okay, yeah. All right, we'll see what happens. And that didn't work. And then at 165, I think his best year was probably like his senior year at 65. He did pretty good, but he never placed. But the actual question, now that there's a little Scotty Winston history lesson, I think JoJo is more Ashnall because I think he's really physically talented, gifted, speed to the leg. He's not a powerhouse dude. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. So I think he's a really I think he's one of the most talented recruits Rutgers has ever had. Just in terms of
I agree with that.
Physical ability. So
yeah, I agree with that.
I'm on board with the Ashland.
Yeah. All right, next question. Which weight classes are most wide open for next year? This one gave me this is so tough because we have no idea the construction of some of these weights. Like if 141 doesn't have Yanni, 141 is zany. That's like I feel like if I'm Jaden Ironman, I am coming out of Olympic red shirt and doing that weight. Because it's like Nick Lee, Dom Demas,
Chad
Red, who was like Chad Red all last year was like, what's up with Chad? Chad, come back. And I feel like this collective group, we're all like, just wait, it's coming. And at NCAAs, he was really, Big Ten's NCAAs, he was really good.
Yeah.
So that could happen again. But yeah, I mean, any of those guys could win. We love Demas. Maybe Demas
having a great summer. Draft him high. I mean, not high. Draft him when you do your fantasy stuff, and it's later rounds. Draft him. He'll have a better value than where he's going to be picked normally.
Yeah, he's an interesting one because he's not really a bonus guy, but at this point he's just one of those. He's a lights on character. Just like, okay, yeah, he's going to drop some random ones. I feel like the cut is a thing for him. It's very hard for him to make 141 consistently rather. But okay, that's Chad Red talk. So I think is 65 in a weird way wide open in a different way. It's just got like a lot of awesome dudes. Like Alex Marinelli can win NCAAs. Makai Lewis can win NCAAs. Vincenzo Joseph can win NCAAs. Can you throw Evan Wick out there? There's 4 dudes, right? Are you going to definitively say, Willie Saylor, are you going to sit there in Easton, Pennsylvania and tell me that one of those guys can't win NCAAs? I want you to tell me that person's name right now.
No, they can. But I hate the I don't know. It's kind of interesting in that when the news does drop for some of these guys that they are or are not taking Olympic red shirts, then it will be news, right? So it keeps it in the cycle. It keeps people on top of things. Christian just got a message.
It's the stupidest thing. These people's birthdays. David Wells, who is a shooter here, somehow I know that it's his birthday tomorrow. That's what it brought in front of me. I'm really sorry about that.
But so that's interesting. But the uncertainty of weights, like, tell me how 174 isn't absolutely bananas.
That one is totally bananas if no Mark Hall.
If Zahid goes up, Mark goes red shirt, Amin goes red shirt. I mean, now you're looking at guys like David McFadden and Michael Cameron.
Labriola.
Cutler.
Cutler.
Lujan's going up. Taylor Lujan's going up to 84. He should stay down. He could win a title. He'd be on the short list of title contenders, wouldn't he?
Well, we'd have to be. I mean,
by law.
He'd be a top 5 guy by law.
He would have to be. It's just funny how you said that. He's like, my hands are tied here.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Nothing I can do. He's a title contender.
What do you want me to do about it?
What do you want me to do? It's out of my hands completely. 49, definitely, right? I mean, Austin O'Connor's going to be number 1 coming into this year. Sammy Sasso. What's Brayton Lee doing? Brayton Lee, make your intentions known. Are you going 49 or 57?
Speak now.
Speak now or forever go 49. I think he's going probably 49. Koladzik's apparently taking yet another, whatever that you call them, Ivy shirt, gray shirt, orange shirt. He's going to be out of the mix. He would be definitely a title contender.
Tiger shirt.
A tiger shirt.
Yeah.
Brock Mahler. That guy is interesting. True sophomore Brock Mahler. There's a lot of title contenders here. I'll start naming them. How about that for 149? Austin O'Connor, Brock Mahler. You got to say Deegan, Lugo, and Thompson and G. I'll throw all those guys in there, even though G. Right?
I'm not putting that in the title contender category.
Who?
Sorry.
Name names.
I can't see Deegan or Lugo win a national title.
Yeah, kind of me either. But at the same time, I don't know. I mean, would you? But you would put G and Thompson?
Oh,
yeah.
My mind wouldn't be. My mind wouldn't be blown. I wouldn't be surprised if Thompson was in the national finals. I wouldn't be surprised if G was in the national finals. For some reason, I don't know. I just don't see.
I think I'm kind of with you.
There.
I mean, Deegan is just like, his style's too crazy. That has to bite you in one of your matches. The fact that, like,
I mean,
the
actually,
whole match
they're
starts
polar
with the guy
opposite,
on your
right?
legs. Yeah, and Lugo is like you can't win if you take 1 to 2 shots per match.
That's what I mean.
And then Jason Sursa says, "Hold my bottled water," because he did. But this is kind of shaping up like that kind of a year at 149, though. Remember that year, the Surtis and Maple and How to Shell and
Who was the final?
it was Kindig.
Surtis.
Actually, maybe not How to
Kindig.
Shell. He might have been redshirting that year. He won the next year. So I don't know. Habit, Brody Grothus was involved. 49 was, it had everyone was at rank number 1.
Minotti made it semis.
But yeah, Illuminati. It was Kindig Minotti semifinal.
Dardanes was a 2 seed.
How to Show lost to Surtis in the semis.
Oh, okay.
The top half stayed pretty well intact. It was the bottom half.
Yeah, Dardanes got beat by the Air Force kid.
No, I thought it was Citadel.
No, Citadel, Frisch. First round.
Citadel.
Then Minotti beat Frisch, and Nybert beat Seiko, but then Minotti beat Nybert, and Kindig upset Souflon, and Villongo lost to Scott Sakaguchi, and then Kindig beat him, and then Kindig beat Minotti in your classic 11-15 semifinal.
Classic 11-15.
The top half stayed fine.
Yeah. So that's This could be history repeating itself at 149. Total zany. Although coming into that year, I was like, Kendrick Maple is going to walk through this weight, no problem. And then he was not even like close to the version of himself up at 149. That was a
Kyle,
really weird thing.
what year was that?
2014.
Okay.
In the year of our Lord. Our first year working together, Willie, that 13-14 season.
I was going to say, if it was 2015, that'd be weird, right? Because that would be like, well, no. It would have to be 2016 because this will be 2020, the actual Olympic year.
Yeah. So, yeah, 49 is going to be crazy. 57, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Hidley Deacon are really good. Caleb Young, I guess you have to throw him in there. I feel like Hidley's the favorite, but then you're going to have like a David Carr to make things really interesting. I don't feel like that's that wide open. I feel like Hayden is kind of a clearer favorite. 65, 74 we talked about. 84, if Zahid goes up, it's over, right?
Shut it down.
Yeah,
Shut it
hey,
down, let's go home.
I tweeted somewhat prematurely the other day, as I tend to do sometimes.
No way.
Wait, back up, Willie.
I tweeted, there's only one correct answer for the number one overall.
That was egregious right away. I was like, nope, that's not true.
Well, I only think there's two.
Well, all right, that already doubled. You just said there's one absolutely clear.
He said it was premature.
Okay.
I mean, that's why I'm bringing it up.
All right.
You think there's more than two?
What are yours?
Well, when I said it at the time, I meant in our format, where the only thing that matters is NCAAs.
Mm-hmm.
And in that
I still
sense,
think, and to get into fancy strategy a little bit, I think that is the only thing you should make decisions on for your first overall pick. NCAA points. Your first overall pick. Like, if you have I played in leagues for years where, like, you have to consider, like, schedule and conference champions and all that stuff. But I think for your first pick, your first round pick, all you think about, it's really fun, Willie. You would love it. You should only consider NCAA, who's going to score the most points at NCAAs. That's all that matters. And with a little consideration for weight scarcity.
Yeah. So, but at the time, I was thinking Zahid. That's it. Zahid's going to go 84. He's going to win it. But then, for some reason, I blanked on Spencer. Spencer's obviously a strong consideration as a number one pick, right? Mm-hmm. Although I would say, as dominant as Spencer has been at the NCAA tournament, I still think there's more landmines for Spencer than there is landmines for Zahid at 84. Would you agree with that?
Unquestionably.
There's literally two guys that have beaten him before.
Yeah. I mean, it's
right,
Miller,
right.
Or no, excuse me. Wait, two?
So
Pitch
if you had the
and
number
Rivera.
one,
Pitch and Rivera.
If you had the number one overall pick, who would you take?
I think it is Zahid would be who I pick because who's going to beat him? He's not going to lose to. I mean,
anyone.
I would have never said. Then again, there wasn't maybe a bigger lock in my mind going into last year than Miles Martin winning 184, and it didn't happen. So I don't know, but I mean, it's really tough to. I mean, I think you are taking a potential risk for bonus by not drafting him, or another guy we haven't talked about, Seth Gross, which I realize Nick Sirianno's in that way, but I don't think there will be a Dayton or a Micic. And other than that, who's standing in his way? So yeah, I do think it is those two, Willie.
So so I when I had it in my head, Zahid, and I sort of forgot about Spencer. But and especially if you're doing all year long, Spencer might make more sense too.
Might not. I wonder if he's going to be on a. But little birds are chirping that we may see Spencer at the Open in December.
Well, isn't there also, in that same vein, isn't there also birds chirping that Zahid might be on a schedule sort of like that?
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either. But I don't know. I feel like Zeke likes winning duels, and Zahid is going to be beneficial. Their team could be really good next year, Willie. They're going to roll out their best lineup. Okay, I won't say really good. I will say they're gonna have like a name at every single weight potentially. They could go
Courtney,
Klebo, Buziello, Maruka. Who's gonna be their 57? Teamer, Maruka, Teamer, Shields. Valencia. What's his name from Illinois? Norfleet and Tanner Hall.
That is a good lineup.
All those dudes are like top 5-ish coming out of high school. Some of them even better, right?
Are those freshmen going to go right away, though?
They are wrestling their best lineup this year.
Okay.
So if they're the best guy, they'll go. And I think they have to do that. I mean, I think now
that is a good lineup.
The question is these lightweights, like not just, well, there are just questions. How good is Klebov and Buziello and Courtney? How good can they be? But also, Arizona State lightweights, they have struggled. They haven't had an All-American down there since Robles in 2011. So there's a development thing maybe going on there that's not happening that they need to make happen, I think, this year for them to. If they want to make a trophy push, I don't think they can have no production down there again.
I believe in. I think Julian will be legit, and I think he'll be real legit by the dance.
Yeah,
I just think he has that style, the folk style.
You're right.
The rubber legging out, the scramble, the top bottom, mat return, late ride out. I just think when he gets that full year. Now, I'm not saying he's going to win a national title, but. Remember how like Joey Dance?
Mm-hmm.
I always make this reference. Joey Dance early, I think it was his true freshman year. He was, he's coming out. He's a top 3 guy for his whole high school career, and he was okay. He was pretty good as a true freshman, and then come like conference tournament time, then he got like really good. Like he kicked it up a step.
Mm-hmm. I could see that. I could see that with Klebo for sure. I think he's a talent. Okay, that was a good question. Very good question. I like. This is funny. Gene Parmesan always asks funny questions. They have nothing to do with wrestling, but they always crack me up. Are you still required to write "Happy Birthday" on your wife's or girlfriend, if not married, Facebook, even though you said it to her in person? Gene, let me help you out here. Absolutely not. You do not have to. We could get into a should situation. To me, it depends on the girl. Sometimes they like that public declaration of acknowledgement. So that can be a good thing, but no, you're not required to.
I don't think you have to write on their wall. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like say like "Happy Birthday" and like send it to them on Facebook. But
that would be even funnier. Like, because on your birthday you get like 200 notification and it's like Dave Bell and like all these people it's like you're just kind of thumbing through it, and then it's gonna be so funny if it was just your wife. "Happy birthday!" ! Just like the most average response. That would actually be funnier.
Then when they get mad when you don't tell them in person, be like, "I put it on your Facebook wall."
Put it on your wall. You should never think. Now here's the main thing, boys and girls. It will never absolve you from saying it in person or doing something. You can't Facebook wall it and think, birthday's taken care of. Knock out the anniversary.
The opposite is definitely not true, right? If you say it in person, I don't think you have to say it on Facebook. But if you say it on Facebook and don't say it to them in person, that ain't going to fly.
That will not fly.
But what I was going to say is you should probably make like a post or something, like its own separate post.
Okay.
You don't have to write on the wall, but you just like post a picture of like, you guys.
What if I don't have any new pictures? Or what if I don't feel any different from a year before?
Sounds like a personal problem.
I'm still just as madly in love as I was a year ago. Okay, this is a big one. The X-Piles. Bracky outed himself as the de facto leader of the Area 51 raid movement on FRL. Then Bracky went noticeably off the grid. Was he abducted by aliens, the government, or someone else? Can we trust this? This is interesting. Is this the real Kyle Bracky? He's acted kind of Bracky-ish, but if I was trying to be Kyle Bracky, that's what I would do too.
I can assure you, this is me. I'm the real Kyle Bracky.
I think
How do we know?
I was off the grid, but I was just back in West Virginia. I was not abducted or detained. They're letting me go through with this raid because the Air Force just kind of said, we'll let you guys do the raid, but whatever happens to you happens to you.
Yeah, guys, do not. I'm just going to say.
So I'm thinking about backing out of it and just letting everybody else go.
They just shoot you if you try. First of all, you alien weirdos. The Area 51, where they did the Bob Lazar thing was not even at Area 51. It was like it was like 20 miles away. 1. Okay. 2, they just shoot you. Okay? It's a military base, and if you try to invade it, you're just going to get mowed down. It's not going to work, or you're going to get arrested. It's not going to go well for you. You have so far to go. It's just, don't do it. Do not raid Area 51. The government has all the weapons. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to accept it.
Maybe they get killed by aliens. I hope they get killed by aliens.
Oh, that would be
Area
the
51 has the aliens. They have alien technology.
The Pontiac Bandit. I don't even know. What do you think?
That's a good Twitter name. So is Gene Parmesan, by the way.
Gene Parmesan from Arrested Development. Great character there. What do you think of the videos of LeBron over-celebrating his son's AAU games? Do you think there are parents like this in wrestling? I think there's a line for being a supportive parent, and LeBron/certain parents cross it. I don't think LeBron really crossed a line here. I mean, I don't know. Wasn't that bad. He's just getting excited for his kid's awesome dunk. That's kind of the culture of the AAU, the high school circuit. It's like a little more, I don't know. It's a part of the thing, like the celebration, and they go wild when there's big dunks. It is a little different when it's your kid, I guess, but it's kind of a raucous scene. I went to the Peach Jam, which is like the best high school wrestlers, basketball players in the country in Georgia, and it's kind of like that, right? They're going a little crazy. So I think it's fine. Are there parents like this in wrestling? Are there crazy parents in wrestling?
Yeah.
Oh my word. Yes. Oh, the stories. The stories, people. These parents, some of them are just out of control. You just can't believe it. You just cannot believe the things that they will say to you. The things that they believe. So yeah, there are crazy ones. Now I don't know if they necessarily celebrate like this on the, but yeah, there are crazy wrestling parents.
How about this? The LeBron video and the Tom Brady video of him jumping off the cliff with his daughter have just like broken everybody's brain.
I missed the Tom Brady one.
Oh, so they're up on this like cliff and they're jumping into water, and he like says to his daughter, they're holding hands. He's like, "All right, jump on 3." Well, she didn't jump. Tom jumps and like pulls her, and they go over, and they're literally having debates on it on CNN whether he should get in trouble for child endangerment.
Oh my gosh.
And then people are freaking out about this LeBron thing. Like, okay, he like ran out onto the court and he got really excited. Like, yeah, he probably shouldn't have done it, but whatever. Like Christian was saying, it's kind of the culture.
It's AAU. It's not like a state championship. It's just fake. It's just they play like 10 games. It's not even real. It's just like
they're just league.
It's just practicing against other really good players. It has like no meaning. It's just whatever. This Tom Brady stuff, I'm gonna check that out. He would never endanger.
That's your boy.
Yeah, I know. It's going cliff. Only Tom Brady could get criticized for going cliff jumping with his daughter.
It's his daughter's fault. She didn't jump.
Dude, Tom Brady does.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, come on,
Tom Brady
girl.
does some weird stuff.
Hey, listen, if you drink a lot of water, you won't get sunburn. I drink a lot of water, I don't get sunburn.
Willie, do you eat strawberries?
Yeah.
You're gonna
That's
die.
your problem.
You're gonna die.
That's why you have
What does that mean?
He doesn't eat strawberries. Look at him.
Tom Brady's weird, dude. He's like,
I know.
All these greats are weird. Michael Jordan's weird.
They all have their own weird tendencies or whatever.
Tiger Woods, weird. Michael Jordan, weird. Name a great that's not weird.
He had this like life coach that was always
he's
at the
whole
facilities.
Thing, the TB12 guy. Yeah, that's like what the whole controversy was about.
Alex Guerrero or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Okay. There's a lot of not wrestling related ones, but they're kind of funny. Which one?
The Wrestle SE Southeast Wrestling. Can we get some more Lobdell family staples values, i.e. never miss a class, don't trust refrigerators in Texas, mandatory handshake for every wrestling official on the site. That one cracked me up.
That made me laugh too, because like there were 2 questions about Lobdell family values, and the funny thing was like, it's like, ever miss a day of school? No. But get hammered in a Smoothie King when you have mono in high school? Fine.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't just miss school. Hey, you get hammered in a Smoothie King when you're a senior. That's a different story. Did OJ kill his wife? Definitely. He definitely did. Johnny Picados. He definitely did.
It's really awkward seeing him on Twitter. OJ?
Yeah. He's a murderer. He killed 2 people. And he's just on Twitter acting like it's all good. It ain't sweet, OJ. You are a horrible person and a murderer, and I wish he was in prison, and he's not. Nothing we can really do about it. All right. Anything else before we go?
No. Watch bronze medal matches and the semis coming up here a little later.
Here soon. Okay. We're going to go. Deanna, if you please. We're ready for the outro music. We will be back next Thursday. Kyle, by next Thursday, I mean 2 days from now. It is the next Thursday, technically. Kyle Brackey will have an Alien Hour. We'll see if it's Area 51 related. I would appreciate that. I'd like to learn more about Area 51.
Stay tuned in case you missed the sneak peek of the sweet graphic.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't heard it yet, but apparently there's music too.
There's music involved.
There it is.
Are we going to get a little tease?
Show it.
Are we going to get a little tease? Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Look at Nomad in the pickup. That's what you didn't realize. That's what I didn't realize at first. Could Kyle be any cockier with that bike and basket? I don't think so. So that's coming next Thursday with music. Get excited. Thank you guys for listening to 392 episodes. We are just 8 episodes away from our 400th episode, the Blowout Bonanza.
Absolutely nothing for.
Nothing at all. Nothing
We might
at
not
all.
even have it.
We might even have it. We just go to
skip it.
401. Yeah, that's the best idea so far I've heard. Thanks, guys. See you next time.